Hey guys, on this video I want to show you how I built this switch box. As you can see, whenever you click it, it flips from left to right and right to left. Also, the color changes with it from green to red and red to green. So let's see how it works. I'm only using HTML5 and CSS3 markup languages to develop this switchboard. So open up whatever code editor you have. I'm using Sublime Text, and let's get to work. So first, let's create a new folder. I'm gonna call it PT, in short for BiniTutor, and a new file on Sublime Text. I'll save it as, should be on right here. I'll save it as let's call it switchbox. You can name yours whatever you want. Switchbox.html. This extension is very important. Hit save. You should be able to see it in here. Yep. Now let's open it in our browser. In my case, it's Safari. Here it is. This is the previous one that I made. We can check with that, but this is the new one that I'm making all this from scratch. Alright, so the very first thing to do is to set up the main body of the HTML. So type that. You declare the doc type and then the HTML format. On the title, you can name it as switchbox again. So the style sheet, I'm gonna just embed it in the head. You can, if you want, you can create a new file for it as a style.css and link it with this HTML file. But in my case, I'm just gonna use it, embed it in the head section. So just type style and it should come up. It opens and ends with a style. All right. So far there's nothing. You can just refresh the screen and you see that the title is changed to a switchbox, except that there's nothing changed. Now let's go and do this. Whatever property that you put in here will affect the whole body. So in this case, we don't want any margin, so margin 0, padding 0, and let's go box sizing. Usually auto completes, but okay. Border box. Of course, let's do the metadata first. Chart 8. So okay, there's no margin and padding right now. On the body, we want to display flex, justify content center, and then let's do align items. Let's make a center as well, so that everything will be aligned to the center. On the minimum heights, let's make it 100 VH, and flex direction, let's make it column. Background color, I choose 2B. This is the hex color. You put the hashtag sign first and then you write this down. Now let's see the change. Refresh the screen once you save the file, so you get this window. The color is changed for the entire background. Let's go ahead and form the body. Go to the body section right here, and inside it, let's create a label. And inside the label, let's create a new input. Input has a type and name attributes. Let's just use the type, and the type you put in checkbox. CHBOX. You don't need the name. And also let's do span, and let's call the class, let's give it a class name flip. Alright, there shouldn't be so much change, just one checkbox. You can check it and uncheck it. This type checkbox, that's what makes. Alright, so we're actually done with the body part. We're not going to add anything anymore. Just this is enough. We're just going to configure it with the CSS files. I'm going to write down a bunch of CSS properties. Now after this, let's here's the label. Let's add some properties for the label. Position it to relative and give it the margin 5 pixel and 0. So the margin will be from top and bottom 5 pixel and left and right 0. And cursor pointer, copy paste the label and add the input. Let's add some properties for the input. So basically label input, this is how you direct your codes to the input. There's a checkbox, right? So let's give it the appearance none and display none as well. Okay, and how about a label span? See the span right here that we created? Let's copy paste that span, open and close brackets, and then position relative as well, and display block and width of 80 pixels. You can go higher than this if you want. Height of 40 pixels. Background color of 222. Border radius of 40 pixels. Box shadow of insets 0.2 pixels, 15 pixels. RGBA, open and close brackets, and 0, 0, 0, 0.2. Okay, let's see what change it has right now. See this? It's a rounded rectangle shape, and there's an inside means that the shadow will be in the inside of the border, not in the outside. Let's configure it a little bit more. Let's copy from this the whole inside color property. Now put in a comma and let's paste it a couple more times. There. Now let's keep the first and the second one like that, and on the third one let's do, instead of 0, let's give it -1 and 1. Okay, it's a little bit different now. Alright, now there's this, we give a class name flip for this, so let's go copy the label, and you know, to call a class you have to add a dot, full stop or dot, and then flip, that's the name of that. So let's go with give it a position of absolute, and top 0, left 0, sorry, don't forget your semicolons, and the width 40 pixels, height another 40 pixels, and let's go with the background. Don't use the background color. I've tried it and it doesn't work on this side. On the others, just whatever you use, background or background color, doesn't matter. Whatever autofill is fine. But in this case, you have to use the keyword background and give it a linear. I'm gonna make a gradient, linear gradient, and open and close semicolons, and to bottom, comma, hashtag 444, comma, hashtag 222. These are references to a color. This is the kind of gradient that we want. And also let's give it a border radius, kind of make it like a circle. We're gonna create another like the button that flips back and forth. So I'll give it a border radius of 50%. That makes it a circle. 50%. And give it a box shadow of, oh, let's actually copy this 022 whatever. There, 2 pixel. Let's make it 5 pixel. And the RGB of the color 000 and 0.5. Okay. Right. Let's see what happens now. There you go. There's this circle right now. Nothing happens if you click at it. Now, after this, actually, let's kind of configure the inset color. So give it a comma and inset. You don't necessarily have to make this space. I just prefer it to kind of have like this kind of order. Makes it easy to read. 0, 1 pixel, 1 pixel RGBA. And let's give it 255, 255, 255, and 0.1 value. Alright, sounds pretty good. Okay, looks pretty good, I mean. And let's also give it a transition of 0.5 seconds. Like that. Let's also kind of scale it down to fit in the box, the main box. Let's do transform to scale 0.9. It makes it a little bit smaller. Alright, so the other thing is what happens when it's checked and unchecked. Let's configure that. Let's do label dot flip actually. Before content, give it a position of absolute, make it top 50% and the left 50%. Somewhere up there we give it top and left 0. Now we're giving it 50%, so it's gonna move halfway. Alright, and transform to translate minus 50%, minus 50%. Okay. Alright, and give it a width of 5 pixel and a height of 5 pixel, background color of F00 and border radius of 50% and transition of 0.5 seconds, 5 seconds, and box shadow of 0, 0, no, without comma, 0, 0, 2 pixels, and put in a color of F00. Alright, is there any change right now? There's a little red dot right now. Actually, before the label, let's put in the input. What happens when the input is checked? Put this, whatever you call it, I think it's called asterisk. Alright, and then call this class the flip. Alright, there you go. So left is 40 pixels. Let's see. See, now it's moving right now, left and right. And I already given this F00 color. That's like kind of close to a red color. You can just copy paste it on Google and see the exact color. It should look like this. Alright, actually let's kind of blend it. Let's not just make it like a tiny dot, let's make it like a little bit wider and kind of the one that fades off. So in that case, just copy the entire setup, make a comma, and let's paste it 7 or 8 times, comma, alright, that should be enough. So let's so the first one is 2 pixels, right? Let's make the next one 5 pixels, 10 pixels, 15, 20, let's make it a 25, 30, and 40. But the colors are all the same. Now let's see. There you go. There's kind of like a red atmospheric, like a blurred red color around it. So it should function in the same way. Alright. Now, as you can see, the red dot is here. But we don't want it to be red all the time. We want it to switch back to the green color. So to do that, we're gonna do a little bit of change. Let's actually copy the entire flip before and paste it right here, right below it. Now, instead of before, it has to say, let's label, let's put an input when it's checked. Put in that asterisk, and then there's a flip before property. So this is what you added. Then let's do background color of, instead of F00, we're gonna do 0F0, and border radius of the usual circle, 50%, and box shadow of 0, 0. Actually, there it is. Cut it and paste it up here. There's your 2 pixels, but the color has changed to 0F0. Alright, so let's copy this new color and paste it on all of them, like that. Copy paste. The whole thing is the same. Now let's see, save it and refresh the page. See, now when you flip it, it changed to green, but the middle, the main dot, is not changed. That is because actually we don't need all of this code, the one that we copy pasted. See, this is because of this little guy, and we don't need it. Just delete that. We just need the box shadow. So save it, refresh. There you go. It's going back and forth from red and green, green to red whenever you click it. So this is a very interactive way of creating a switch box in HTML and CSS. So this is it for now. If you like the content of this video, like and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any new updates. You can also look me up on the Facebook. I have a Facebook page, BiniTutor. Thank you for watching.